Sup, Ned? It's Kirk. I know it's been a while since we've done one of these. Anyways, so we might as well just kind of dive right into it. New video series. I'm gonna start calling it Comic Picks and Predictions. I'm gonna do these about every Thursday, Friday-ish, hopefully, because I do already have a lot on my docket. Very busy schedule. But what am I doing here? Basically, essentially, I used to do these videos called Top Fives, and I would pick my top five comics of the week, and I would kind of tell you a little bit about them. And I thought that was a really cool thing. And then I tried to keep it going for a little bit, but then I realized I was not that into it because it was actually someone else's idea. And really, I kind of learned that as my taste in comics are starting to kind of broaden a little bit, and I'm reading everything, I don't really want to play the favorites game anymore. But I definitely want to start highlighting comics that I think you guys should be checking out. I definitely want to highlight some of the weirder stuff, and like we'll still talk mainstream comics as well. Don't worry. But, you know, I kind of feel like it's time to start this up again. And we'll kind of give you the rundown of all the other stuff that's going on this channel and with all my friends later. But other things you kind of need to know about this. Comics, picks, and predictions. Like I said, I'll try to do this every week. I'm not going to show any favoritism. I will try to be across the board with all my picks as far as, like, all the different stuff that I'm checking out. What else? Oh, we do these live. Why do we do these live? Well, because I don't have enough time to edit. Really, it's just kind of like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Also, I kind of feel like I work a little bit better on my feet. Also, maybe it's a little bit more interesting for you guys because I know, I'm sorry. When we do live videos, you don't get all the really rad jump cuts that you're used to from other YouTube videos. See, that would have been a jump cut right there. We just would have gone to like the next sentence. But in any case, blah, 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 blah. Welcome to the new video series, and we'll try to keep this up every week. Guys, picks and predictions for the week of July 3rd. I really want to highlight this comic right out of the gate. It's by Marguerite Bennett. You would know her because she does the DC Bombshell series. She's also done so much other really great stuff. But this is a new series by her. It's put out by Aftershock Comics. We'll talk a little bit about them after I'm done with this. And it's called Animosity. And I fell in love with just the concept alone. I'm really kind of into the great art. And don't worry, I will pitch it to you. But essentially, without any warning or without any rhyme or reason, at least that we don't know of yet, all the animals become sentient. They start talking. They start expressing their feelings. And let me tell you, humans are sorely outnumbered on this earth from animals to human ratio. So it's almost like Hitchcock's The Birds, which I thought was fantastic. I also want you guys to kind of think of it in the fact that if you are a fan of Grant Morrison's Week 3, probably up your alley. Also, if you really dug, what's another good, Brian K. Vaughan's Pride of Baghdad, this is up your alley. And it's just, like, if I can kind of show you, this is the young lady and her dog Sandor, who literally just goes up to her and says, "I just love you." And she goes, "I know, Sandor, I love you too." But she's still really young, and she thinks it's really cute and sweet that her dog has just started to talk. Meanwhile, all hell's breaking loose in the rest of the world because the animals want revenge. So that pretty much sets up our premise. Imagine really great Pixar films where we give things feelings, but really fucked up. I am on board. I want you guys to really check this out. Also, you should be checking out Aftershock Comics because they are really courting some of the best creators of comic books right now. I know you're kind of like, what is this company? But they got Marguerite Bennett. They also have Ray Fox writing some really great series. Been checking out Jackpot by him, which is kind of like Ocean's 11, but also with like a secret society controlling the actions of the heisters. What's another one? Oh, they got Brian Azzarello writing a really great crime drama. Go check out Aftershock. I think there is a really good chance that this company's going to be around for a while. They also have a Mark Waid series coming down the pike. What else should we check out? Singing and dancing, because we do this live. I have no idea what I'm going to say next. Oh, Lady Killer is back from Dark Horse Comics. Fuck yeah. A couple of things we do need to talk about really quickly. That it's just as good as the original series. It definitely takes place right after. Remember Josephine. She's like this late 50s, early 60s era housewife, and she's perfect and prim, and she's dealing with the patriarchy and a lot of like sexism. But oh, by the way, she's also a fucking hit woman, which is dope. And at the end of last series, she was kind of discovered. She went rogue away from her agency that hires her and gives her the hits. So this picks up right after, and she is kind of like a free agent now. She's doing the hits on her own. kind of like starting her own small business. I like the fact that she's a young, independent woman, you know, getting fucking shit done. Also, it's Joelle Jones who's doing the story and the art in this series. And let me tell you why I love it. First of all, it's kind of strange because Jamie S. Rich wrote the first one. And I think he's just kind of associated as far as a creator in this second series. But look at that. The colors are bright. It's definitely, it's kind of cool because Josephine and her narrative is so very, you know, chipper and very happy and very like, you know, modern housewife. And usually her dialogue and narrative shines when she's doing the darkest shit in the comic book. It's a really great juxtaposition of light and dark as far as what the character, who the character is or what the character does. And yeah, I think that cover pretty much just kind of speaks for it all day. So definitely be checking out Lady Killer. That's Dark Horse Comics. What else do we have? Oh, really quickly, Tom King took over Batman over the DC Rebirth deal. Issues 1 and 2 really were doing it for me. It introduced Batman to a couple of kids named Gotham and Lady Gotham. They are pretty much Superman level powered vigilantes, and Batman's kind of like trying to bring them like underneath his cowl, so to speak. That sounded bad. Don't repeat that. Do not quote me on that. Fucking live videos. Shit. Anyways, and he's trying to like kind of guide them. Issue 3 and issue 4 definitely took a turn for the darker. I do love Tom King. Also check out Sheriff of Babylon. The newest issue dropped this week. That's amazing. I'm a little shaky on issue 4. Little shaky. There's a really good twist. It also introduces Amanda Waller and the Suicide Squad, or at least the organization that gets the Suicide Squad in the background in the story, which we kind of expected because Suicide Squad's opening tonight, and more on that later. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the series, but it's not up to the caliber that Tom King is writing in some of his other comic books, like Omega Man, Vision, and Sheriff of Babylon. That said, Tom King really set the bar for himself really fucking high. So even like a mediocre Tom King story is still a really great Batman story. So definitely be checking that out. What else? Oh, should have I showed the someone? Hey, there's a chat going. Fuck you guys, you're awesome. We should be checking out some of the art. I forgot to show that off. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a good page. That's a good page. That's not bad. Also, Batman loses a Batmobile. Again, some pretty good art. I am digging the art. It is David Finch, I believe. Did I get that right? It's Finch. Yeah. So we'll see. What else? What else? Oh, hey guys. Anyone else reading Civil War II out there? Because I'm kind of not. I'm just sticking with the main series. I've dropped all the tie-ins. That's superlative. I'm not getting any like worth or good stories out of it. I'm not necessarily sure how they're contributing to the main Civil War II series. Sorry, guys. But the one thing that I am sticking with is the Kingpin miniseries. This has been very compelling. Basically, you know, with Civil War II, the Inhumans have there's a new Inhuman who can like has precog senses, and he can like predict crime before it happens. It's very Minority Report. Oh, that's where that idea came from. Minority Report. Way to go, Marvel. And the story is but the cool part is that the Kingpin has discovered this other Inhuman that actually goes undetectable by the precog senses. And now that's how, because, you know, he's the fucking Kingpin, he's going to use this dude to be able to keep his little crime organization going. It's also by Matt Rosenberg, who I keep championing. He's the guy who did 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank, which is going out right now, and also We Can Never Go Home. The good news is with this, it is definitely showing off how great he likes to do panel layouts at indie comics. It works definitely very well for Marvel Comics and the big two. Also, little manga-inspired art, really digging that. And he's really gotten a sense of who Kingpin is as a character and is writing him fantastically. What else do I need to tell you about this? Oh, the good news is that after this is done, he's actually going to pick up a Kingpin ongoing series. So if I'm really digging this, and I think there's a reason why it's a highlight out of all the tie-ins, and why you should be checking it out, because if Marvel's going to give him a Kingpin ongoing series, fuck yes. Also, I think he's going to take over the Rocket Raccoon ongoing later this year or next year. What else are we doing? Singing and dancing. Those are some of my picks. Oh, guys, Moon Knight #5. Holy fucking shit. It just got even weirder. I'm not sure. Someone else maybe down in the comments down below can tell me what's going on as far as is Moon Knight ending with this? But it has just been a really fantastic, not just character, is that the way to say it? Character assassination by Jeff Lemire of who Moon Knight is. It's also been a really great look over who the Moon Knight character has been through all his years in publication. We get to visit a lot of old characters. We get to visit what Moon Knight's like state of psyche is, because he is schizophrenic with multiple personalities hiding in his head. What does that do to a man who is also? What does that do to a schizophrenic when it's powers of a god basically transferred upon you? You become like the avatar of that Egyptian god. Also, there's this really great thing where at the end it says "the end?" ? Also, when you're Jeff Lemire and you've been writing such amazing series, also go check out Black Hammer that came out last week. Dark Horse Comics, fuck yes. When you ask for artists and Marvel's like, hey, how do you want to end your run on Moon Knight? And Jeff Lemire goes, well, I want you to just give me all the best artists. That's what they did. You got Stocco, who's a fucking legend. Belair is doing the colors, which, by the way, I keep saying, if Jordy Belair is doing the colors in your comic book, you just buy that fucking comic. You got also dude, it's so great how the entire series culminates to this, and now you've got, that's the Stocco art that I'm showing off right there, and it starts bouncing around to what all the other artists do in the series, and because it is exploring how disjointed Mark Spector is as a person, it works perfectly for the narrative in this comic. So fuck yes. Yeah, be checking out Moon Knight. Oh, what else are we gonna do, guys? My other picks: Paper Girls 8 and Tokyo Ghost #9, and we will talk about these at length on Your Mom's Basement this Sunday. I know I had to hook you in some other way, get you to watch the other stuff. I'm a dick. Yeah, but we will talk about those because we also have this other show, if you're kind of new to this, and I hardly think you are, but thank you for finding this. But we do have this other show on Sundays. It starts about 8 o'clock-ish, and it's called Your Mom's Basement, and it's an interactive comic book club podcast live streaming thingy that I do with my friends Ian and Savanna, and we do it live, 8 o'clock on this channel. It will probably move over to another channel later, so ignore this right now. And it's a live stream, and we also have a live chat. We have the YMB fam in full effect, who's been supporting us for over 22 weeks. 24 if you don't count the weeks that we skipped because we got sick. But yeah, and so we'll talk about one book, and we'll all get together, and we talk about it. And this week it's going to be Scott Pilgrim. It'll probably be also other Brian Lee O'Malley titles. So meet us back here 8 o'clock for that. What else am I have to pimp out? Oh, I got a podcast called The Bleed, also with Miss Savannah. That'll be over there on the Deus Ex Comica website, which is launching in a couple of weeks. Cha-ching. And then what else? Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to do this every week. I'm also off to go see Suicide Squad with some friends right now. And by the time I get home late tonight, I should be pretty well sauced. And I'll definitely keep this set up so I can do a first impression Suicide Squad drunk cast. Yeah, that'll be a shit show. In any case, guys, thank you for joining us. Also, I should probably talk about what some of my predictions are for next week. Boom Studios Weavers #4, which is this really awesome, like, gang-oriented story, but these dudes are also getting their powers from, like, spiritual totems, spiders. It's like Spider-Man flipped on its fucking head. I've been really raving about that comic. Go check that out. Also, Dark Horse next week has House of Penance #5 by Tomasi, which has been spooky as shit. We've been talking about that a lot over on YMB. Please check that out. It is really cool. Like, it's loosely based on real history, but it's like the whole Western Gothic horror thing. Also, DC Comics All-Star Batman #1 is starting up with Snyder and John Romita Jr. I really am curious to see what that's going to look like. Also, I think you guys should be checking out Detective Comics 938. That's the bi-monthly detective Batman comic that is Batwoman, Red Robin, Tim Drake, spoiler, Clayface, which is actually fitting perfectly in the narrative. And it's been a really cool, like, it's been a really great ensemble cast comic, and I was very, very impressed with it. We'll talk about it more next week and see if I was right or wrong about whether you should be still reading it. Also, Red Hood #1 in The Outsiders. If you guys know me at all, I like to hate read Red Hood, but after Lobdell did the Rebirth issue last week, I can honestly say that I like the new mission statement for the character, and I hope he's able to keep it up. So we will see about that. And, oh, Image Comics has something kind of cool coming out next week. I don't know what to make of this. It's an Odyssey coloring book, an activity book by Matt Fraction based on their little Odyssey comic. I don't know. Maybe it's cool. Let me know. And, yeah, speaking of Tom King, Marvel, we'll definitely talk about this next week. Vision #10, which is arguably probably one of the best comics being published right now, and it's wrapping up, and things are getting very dark. It will end with issue 12, and we'll all cry, and we'll all shake and shudder in the existential dread that Tom King has conjured up for us in the Image, or in the Vision comic. So I think that's pretty cool. Like I said, picks and predictions. So what are you reading? What should I be reading? Tell me in the comments down below. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Also, anything else you want to talk about these comics? Anything I didn't cover? That's cool. Also, all the other picks from this week, we will talk about it on Your Mom's Basement this Sunday after we're done talking about Scott Pilgrim. So we'll keep that conversation going and read all the fucking comics, guys. I think that's pretty much it. I'll probably see you later on tonight about 3:30 a.m. For my Suicide Squad thing. And it should be a shit show, like I said. Love you guys. Mwah! God, I hope this worked out.